People always want to push themselves to the limits. Some run marathons, some jump out of planes, me? But I heard from a friend about this otherworldly volcano hike in Guatemala. A high-altitude, physically demanding hike to see an actual active volcano. When I quit my job to travel with my wife, my tickets were already booked. Volcano, here we come. After a couple of days in Antigua, we arrived in the office at 6 a.m. Arrived here at Wicho Charlie's office in the centre of Antigua. Checked in and got handed a coffee and a juice shot, the breakfast of champions. Then it was into the kit room. Basically a giant jumble of coats, gloves, hats, water bottles and bags. Everyone was scrambling to find something that fit.
A retro jacket. Also, it says child age 18.
It's kind of like thrift shopping. The company lent the gear for free, and then we played this game of trying to fit all of the gear into the bag like Tetris. They had a really slick setup, even a DIY snack station so you could make your own trail mix. I went 90% chocolate and 10% everything else. Then we had pancakes for breakfast before jumping in the van to the start of the trail. A short drive later, we arrived. We had a quick safety briefing from our guides and we were off, straight into the volcanic ash. We're walking up this volcanic sand. It's kind of dark, black. We passed local farmers using the rich minerals from the volcano to grow crops. A real reminder of how dangerous and life-giving these mountains can be at the same time. There are two volcanoes here. Fuego, the unpredictable, active one that's constantly spitting lava, and Acatenango, the inactive one that we climb up and camp on. There are, with the groups, 4 guides. And the group is pretty big, but quite nice because there are so many guides. You can kind of go at whatever pace you want because they're spread through the group with someone at the front and someone at the back. Now, usually, once you're at Acatenango Basecamp, you can do a second hike to cross up to Fuego. But because Fuego was being really unpredictable this month, having not exploded properly in a few weeks, no one could predict when the next big explosion was going to be, and they cancelled all of these second part hikes. The plan was we were going to hike to the camp on Acatenango today and then hike to the summit of Acatenango the next day. It's quite cool how the terrain changes. 1 minute you're in black volcanic gravel and the next you're in a lush green forest.
Our parents before used that flower for medicine.
They're called devil's hands.
By now the altitude was also kicking in. At high altitude the air contains less oxygen. Your body senses this drop in oxygen and makes you breathe harder to take in more. Despite this, less oxygen reaches your muscles and organs, so normal activities just feel harder, and that was definitely the case here. It's kind of eerie because we're walking along and I can see the cloud creeping in and we're about to enter it, I think. Say peace?
No, I'm conserving my energy.
You enjoying the uphill?
Yes, I enjoy a lot.
Well, we were 20 minutes from lunch and then someone said 30 minutes. Now someone says 40 minutes. We'll eventually get to lunch.
We made it to lunch.
How are you feeling?
Okay. I'm just taking this slow.
This is our seat in the shade. It's interesting because there are lots of different tour groups here. They're all sat in like slightly different places. And even up here, they're still selling soft drinks, alcohol, things like that. The menu for lunch today, pasta salad. All the meals on this trip are vegetarian, which is great for me. And made by the company and carried up by us. Back on the road after lunch.
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Feeling good. Apparently the bit after lunch is a bit more straightforward. So we've got the hard bit done and over with.
We are hiking with Wicho and Charlie's, and one of the nice things has been that actually you don't have to carry your own bag. So the big bag has gone up in a 4x4, which will meet at some point. A few hours of uphill walking later. This is the bit where we collect our bags. We met our big bags containing our food, our clothes, extra layers, our water, which was for the next 2 days, and an extra litre and a half per person for them to cook with at the base camp. That is clever. Sam, it's the setup, double bagged.
This is how Kiran is carrying his bag.
The problem is the drone. I can't fit the drone in the big bag without it pushing against my back.
Problems of being a YouTuber.
It's less steep, but it's definitely much harder now we're carrying our own bags. I think we've reached the base camp. Woo! We made it. After 4.5 hours of hiking at higher altitude and now with heavier bags, it was getting a bit tough. But we finally wound around the volcano and we saw it. Fuego, spurting out smoke with low clouds drifting beneath. No words.
I can't believe how amazing that looks.
I think what's difficult to appreciate from here is that the top of that volcano is spouting. This is the outside area. A few chairs here facing the volcano, little fire pits and benches, and then you've got a kitchen area on this side, and our room is behind this. And the view from here is just epic. And you've got even more cabins up on the hill.
One time I've really appreciated Coke.
We sat here watching Fuego, the clouds making it look completely surreal. That is also pretty cool. Volcano Agua. You can see the whole of it with the clouds underneath. This one behind me is our cabin. So they've got a double bunk bed, a bed on this side, and also a bed on the other side. What a ridiculous view. This sunset here is just incredible. I think it has to go down as one of the best sunsets I've ever seen. Sunset rating?
Oh, that's a hard one. 9.5 out of 10.
9.5?
If there was lava, that would have been a 10 out of 10.
And as the sun went down, we lit a fire and just stared at it, thinking, how could this get any better? And then came out the hot chocolate and the marshmallows, and somehow it did get better. Hot chocolate, sunset, fire.
Very right.
The next morning was brutal. Freezing cold, pitch black, and with a baby wipe shower. I've had way too many of those this trip. We're up at 5 a.m. and we are now heading up for our early morning sunrise hike. We were heading up to catch the sunrise at the summit. It's pretty slippery, this sand is. This is actually pretty difficult because we're walking on this volcanic sand, and so it's kind of like trudging through snow or water. Like, it takes a lot of effort to walk up and keep sliding down. The view behind us is just unbelievable, of the sun about to rise, Volcano Agua. You can see the grid system of Antigua. That is the final bit of mountain that is being hit by the sun on this side, which looks still pretty cool. Sam's over there. Look at that. Just looks so cool. As we pushed for the final hour, we hit the rim of Acatenango. We were finally there. I've never been inside the crater of a volcano before. That's so cool. With Fuego smoking away, black sand snaking down, and clouds beneath us with the sun about to rise, this was easily one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen with my own eyes. Unbelievable. As opposed to someone else's eyes I've only ever seen with my eyes, just to clarify.
We're above Fuego right now.
We sat, we watched the sunrise, and we were here. We'd made it. How are you feeling?
Oh yeah. Exhausted.
So amazing.
Coming down is the reward. It's volcanic sand, so you can either shuffle down it slowly because it's slippy, or you can commit and run. And I ran. Flying down something that took hours to climb is pure joy. So much fun, isn't it?
That's why man died earlier.
Now, this wasn't the experience that I thought it was going to be. We didn't get the full lava explosion that I'd seen on the photos, just smoke and flickers. But that's nature. What we did get was a challenge with constantly changing landscapes, lasting memories with new friends, sunsets and sunrises surrounded by the giants, the volcanoes. And I do it again the same way in a heartbeat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to check out our next stop as we head to Lake Acatenango.